thank you very much, Tim and Sarah, for joining us today. We just want to know a little bit more about you and, your life and journey with type 1 diabetes, but also with the CAM APS system, because you've been on the system for about a year now, I understand. Is that right?
Yeah, about a year. Yeah. But yeah, it's made a huge difference.
Huge difference. So Leon's our little boy. We have 3 children. Our little boy with the yellow around his neck, that's Leon, and then he's got Eleanor, big sister, Naomi, middle sister, and then that's Tim and I. And we Tim and I were completely taken by surprise when he was diagnosed with type 1. He was 2, and he was very young too as well. So he had symptoms for a while, but went to see a locum GP who was like, he can't have type 1, he's too young. And that was terrible. So by the time we did actually get blood tests and stuff done, the hospital called up and said his blood sugar is crazy high, you have to come in. Yeah. And he'd already gone into ketosis, and it was 2 weeks of horrible, and being taught how to use these things, and just being in complete shock that somebody this young could be diagnosed, and also all the kind of like emotions that come with it, because you don't really understand what's going to be the reality for him. And so that was really hard, kind of psychologically, but also practically, because suddenly he's having to have all these things going on, and he's still in nappies, and he was it was very difficult for like practically getting it done. And then when we got this opportunity to be part of Closed Loop and be part of the Cambridge study, I think a lot of me was like, it's going to be magic. And then a lot of me at the same time was like thinking, well, there can't be a solution. So it was kind of like both things at once, wanting there to be like this magic solution, and also feeling like nothing can fix this. Like I was very emotional about it. And I think Tim had a very different experience. And so I will pass you to Tim.
I mean, I think my experience is quite similar in lots of ways. It was a huge shock, wasn't it, at the time? And yeah, that time in hospital was very hard seeing him like that. And
then we've had to be admitted since then. It's not like it was one time. It was even with all the management that we were like doing blood tests through the night, like when for the first year or so, like through the night, like getting up every few hours, like just because he was so small, and his blood sugar was just so constantly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the great things about the Closed Loop is the nighttime thing, and that thing of just not before the Closed Loop, of just not knowing what he was at night and what his levels were, and just being able to look at your phone and just check, just make sure he's okay.
So that's what, if you see Tim looking sideways, he's not checking his text, he's getting alerts on because Leon's a little bit slightly, he's a little bit low right now. But so that's the thing, you can multitask slightly like that. So we both have apps, and other family members have got the Diasend, and so everyone can kind of keep an eye on it now. And it's been life-changing, and I'm so grateful for our family getting the opportunity. And I just everyone's been so kind, so thank you everybody. But we if I was able to recommend it to people who've got the opportunity, I would 100% recommend it, because it's not perfect, but nothing can be perfect. Like you were just saying about, there is no 100% in the green zone, but even if the levels are crazy, you've got that data in front of you. It's no longer just like kind of guesswork as to what's going on. And when you do have a young child like under 5, or even like going up to like 7 or 8, like that kind of the age of before they have kind of a little bit more kind of control over themselves, you can't imagine how much energy they're putting into doing their jumping up and down, or how their body's going to digest their dinner, like, because it's so unknown, isn't it? Like, no, you can't magically like know anything about them. You can just see what's going on. And our son, he doesn't have clear hypos or hypers. He just doesn't really show them so much. So he would be tipping into hypo on the machine now that we have, and we can catch it and we can make sure that he's okay. But we wouldn't know from his behavior, because he still runs around crazy, and then he just goes whoop, and by that point it's too late. So anyway, so I don't want to like keep going on, but it's I would 100% recommend it. It won't fix everything, but it will like absolutely change your peace of mind and add a level back into your family life that maybe you thought you could never have again. So, well, that's what I feel.
Yeah, I mean, also with him because he started school in September, and for that as well, that made a huge difference.
Yes.
Just you know, again, just being able to see that he's okay, and having the communication with the teacher, and just being able to say, you know, what you need to do, just by looking at the data, has been hugely helpful.
Yes.
So yeah.
Thank you very much. That sounds just you know, amazing, and a really great insight into your life.